We'll wait for the Porkins will join us in a little bit. So, main thing. Whoa, jeez. Main thing was last time we all had a lovely doing of the chores for Lady Bavlorna Blightstraw here in her little hut. You finished finished the becoming plumbers and taking out the gelatinous cylinder that was clogging her well downstairs. And then also while doing that, Zug, in the shape of a lovely ferret, thwarted the theft of something from up in Bavlorna's storage closet upstairs in her attic or near her bedroom. And in doing so, basically a shadow that looked like Charm, the woman who had been eating or having tea with Bavlorna, was seemingly trying to steal some sort of thread from within Bavlorna's storage. You decided that you wanted to take some time, as Bavlorna was actually going to freshen up in her newly unclogged pool downstairs, and I'm sure none of you wanted to see, the sights and sounds of that. So decided to take a quick break and head back to the shore of Downfall, where you discussed what you were going to do. And you ended up returning, finding Bavlorna, and giving back the Book of Bad Blood, which was the last gift or the last chore that you needed to do, telling her that you had found it, I believe, in the former king of the Soggy Court, King Gullop the 19th, and now obviously King Illig is now in control. But having done all this, she was happy, and Bavlorna said, "Hey, why don't you stick around and have dinner with me? Go and help my chef prepare the vultures, and we'll get going." So there was Velka helped prepare the vultures as everything was getting taken care of. The hooch was found in the hooch distillery. There was also some other frozen bits and pieces that were found in the strange freezer. Oh yeah, and then there was a naked satyr hanging outside in a cage, just kind of like chilling. Because basically he just was having an okay time. Not really too much of a thing going on there. Then dinner is served. So we find ourselves now in what seems to be the evening in Bavlorna's cottage, huddled around what is a disgusting looking table, where there is actually one spot open on the chairs, and there's a disarray of broken pots or broken plates and cutlery and things like that, as Bavlorna sits at the head of the table, and a bunch of her little lornlings, the mini Bavlornas, are scampering around with what look to be kind of makeshift. It looks like they may have raided the Soggy Court and have makeshift butlers outfits on their little froggy bodies, as they come up to you and offer offer to refill your glasses with the mushroom hooch that it was procured. And there was an extra place setting, I guess, if you could say that was kind of next to Bavlorna, that is unoccupied at this time. And Bavlorna, very visibly drooling in anticipation, looks over to the door as it opens up, and Bloody Toes, the red cap chef, comes on in with wheeling in kind of like a tray, or wheeling in a cart that is piled up with steaming meats. It is very much a meat-heavy meal for those that are interested, as she croaks out in glee as Bloody Toes enters. "Oh, good! We got the main course!" She slaps her lips together and claps her hands. There's 2 vulture carcasses that seem to be pretty well cooked. Feathers plucked. Is not like Bloody Toes just decided to throw the entire bird in the oven. Along with a bunch of other kind of different meats, some identifiable as things like maybe some different kind of guinea fowl or smaller birds. Other bits and pieces just look like piles of meat, just kind of stacked up on these a little bit cleaner plates. There's a clinking noise as 2 of the Lornlings jump onto the table in between all of you and start eagerly looking through the the used and kind of plates. It's just like the debris on the table, and like each one of them is like looking at these plates and like picking up ones that don't look broken or as dirty and start polishing them off and placing them in front of each of you, looking to kind of put the place settings together. Bloody Toes gives a low bow as she presents the meal. We got two vultures cooked to perfection. We got the schmeat, and we got two small pigeons. Oh no, sorry, 4 pigeons. Yeah, 4 pigeons. And enjoy. If you're looking for something like salad or anything that's vegetable related, we don't do that here. And there's another kind of clinking sound as all of these, as she just kind of like pushes all of these plates filled with meat and birds and whatever onto the center of the table. Bone apple teeth.
I poke at one of the pigeons in front of me.
Yeah, I can't refuse a good meal.
I don't actually think you're saying it correctly. But I also don't speak
Sylvan.
whatever that is.
We've
sure
determined that Sylvan
it's
is
French.
French.
Sylvan. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not.
You do speak Sylvan, though, ironically.
I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind. Then I won't say that.
All right.
I
Well.
don't speak Sylvan.
Oh well, you should as a fairy.
I speak Elvish.
Oh, it's.
And
Oh yeah, you're
Common.
right. Sylvan is basically like, it's like Elvish but French.
Yeah,
I feel like Sylvan is Latin and
Is Latin.
Elvish is French in that case.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree
Okay.
with that assessment. Well, either way.
If you go by the Tolkien definition, Elvish is Finnish, but you know.
So as you
Fuck Tolkien.
the
What?
You heard me.
No, I didn't. I'm kidding.
Bloody Toes bows and leaves the room, leaving it to just be you, the little Lornlings, and Bavlorna around the table. Without hesitation, Bavlorna just reaches out with one of her long, strange, froggy arms and just rips one of the legs off the vulture and eats it, just like sticks the entire thing cartoon style into her mouth, like, and just pulls the clean bone out.
And I'm
Yeah,
excitedly... Yeah, I'm gonna match that energy, grab a pigeon, and just go to town.
All right, so in between, I'm just imagining Zug just with an entire just like pigeon carcass, like cooked pigeon in his hands, just eating it like corn on the cob.
Oh, you know what Nutmeg is doing? Nutmeg is holding it telekinetically, and like in between bites, he's just like taking a puff and like pulling the chicken leg closer. It's like having the laziest fucking meal.
I like it. I love it. So the sound of clinking cutlery and plates, etc., fills the air, as also the almost like noxious sounds of eating are also quite loud. Bavlorna is a sloppy mess as she just it's basically the scene from let's see yeah,
Spirited Away.
Yep, exactly. Spirited Away. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that Spirited Away scene where she's just basically, she's not even sitting on her chair. She's standing on her chair like fucking gremlin style, like hind legs up. Yeah, it's like the pigs, or more so the, no face. Oh, it's this. This one. Exactly what I was thinking of. Like the, just eating. Eating. Through, with a mouth full of some sort of meat. It might be from a big scoop of the schmeat, which is just the unidentifiable meat pile. Bavlorna croaks out.
All right. So, now that you've done me the favors, what brings you to my humble cottage here in the center of Downfall? You said you wanted something.
Yeah, well, this was. Hang on, I have to remember which one of the twins it was. I don't remember your names. Velker, the one in the pink. You said you had this, right? I'll give you guidance for funsies.
Velcro or...
Yeah. Yeah, Velcrum or Vodum? I don't remember.
Volcom and Velcro.
Yeah.
Let's see how cursed we can get this before the end of the dinner.
Was there anything other than the antlers that we wanted?
Well, somebody has a little something they probably want to talk about, but we don't know that.
Yeah, so was it just the antlers that we wanted?
Just a deer skull, and then.
Do we have questions about her sisters and things too? I think there was some.
Yeah, feel free. I mean, this is now like it's the air. The air in here is like there's no tension in the air that you can tell. Like you are at dinner, even though it is fairly disgusting. It is just basically it's a conversation over dinner.
Very much
Voda
does not
has
match
her-
the Strahd vibe.
Voda has her hands like firmly in her lap. She has not touched a single item on the table.
No, let me take that, and I'll take something off your plate.
It's all yours, I suppose.
Yeah. Kiwi, what are you doing?
Oh, Kiwi's digging in.
All right, nice.
Beats panhandling for scraps.
All right, so yeah, Bavlorna just her eyes. One of them is like looking over at you, Voda, and you for the first time that you've been kind of in the room with her in like a little bit better lighting, you realize that like one of her eyes is trained on you, Voda, and then the other eye is just like scanning the food on the table. Like she has the strange kind of like chameleon eye going on.
Ugh. Well, there is items that we are looking for that I don't know if you may. It may be in your domain somewhere. Was it the deer, reindeer, antlers?
Oh,
Deer skull!
Deer skull.
oh,
That
that
skull.
thing. That silly, well, that brigand. It was unfortunately, one of the only good things he brought back to me at one point, so I had to take it from him as part of our deal. It's upstairs. I could part with that, no problem.
Well, that would be very useful. Thank you.
Do you just have, are you a aficionado for taxidermy like me?
Kind of! And I tap my skull.
Quite a nice skull.
Thanks! I made it myself!
Another loud chewing sound and an audible burp from Bavlorna.
Also, I'm sorry that, my guest, she was meant to be here at dinner with us as well, but she decided to take off unexpectedly. Maybe it has something to do with my bitch of a younger sister.
Well, that sounds very unfortunate.
She did seem kind of push out of shape!
Charm is always interesting. Her and her sisters come here every once in a while from Endelin's domain to trade and buy, but it's always strange. Kept trying to figure out if there was an ulterior motive, but I couldn't get anything out of her. All she just said was that that my sister is doing well.
Well, that's good news, though.
Would you, expect your sister to have ill intentions for you? Perhaps?
There's a long sigh from Bavlorna as she basically starts chewing, just like shifts a bone from one side of her mouth to the other side, sucking on it.
My sisters and I, well, we have a bit of what's called a coven. Us hags gotta stick together. But that's about it. We got our domains carved out for us. But I don't trust them further than I can throw them. They're always trying to get the upper hand. Always. And I'm not about that.
Do you not try to do the same to them?
Oh, of course. Of course. I would be stupid not to.
So she like leans forward.
Have you heard anything about them? I always like hearing juicy rumors.
Well, I
I just
can't
kinda-
say that I've heard anything. Right now, it's kind of hard to get through. They're in Thither and Yon, right?
Yeah. Endolin
I
is
mean-
over in Yon. My older sister, she is over in Thither.
Well, since it's been kind of divided out, it's been kind of hard to leave. I mean, if we were able to transverse your borders, so to speak, in the way things used to be, we could maybe go take a peeky poo, see what's going on.
Well,
If you want.
I would appreciate it if you wanted to, I don't know, cause some mischief elsewhere. That is always putting a big smile on my face.
Anything to
Scabatha
help
is a
the
little...
prettiest of the three sisters.
Oh, you see her visibly, like, blush in, like, the strangest
Kiwi
way.
gags.
No, one of the little Lornlings, one of the, like, the mini versions of Bavlorna hops up on the chair next to you and is like, "Excuse me, are you choking? I'm sorry, do you need help?"
I. Yeah. Help. Help.
This is like a light little pat on your back, on your shell, which obviously is not going to do anything. Like, bunk, 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 bunk.
Don't quit your day job. Thank you. Feel much better. Yeah. That might be true, though, Kiwi thinks to himself.
Hey, I have a request if we are to go cause mischief for your sisters.
Yeah.
Something in return.
Voda is staring Velka down.
There is something that was taken from my sister a while ago that they do believe you have.
Ah, there's multiple
That's-
things that
Yeah.
find their way into my possession. That's
That
just
stuff's
the
there.
nature of our coven.
I'm staring at you
Deals.
now.
Deals are dealt, all that type of stuff. What are you missing, my Harangon friend? I might be in possession of.
I look to my sister.
Thinks that my brother is confusing me for another sibling.
You have another.
No,
Multiple
Wait.
siblings. Oh, you're Harangon. That makes sense. Large family trees and whatnot. Siblings galore.
There is a very loud crack as Voda kicks underneath the table towards Velka.
Well, I am
Uh,
feeling
mistake-
quite charitable, as you see, I did not expect you to be able to take care of my plumbing problem, and you are so prompt with bringing my taxidermy toys as well as that lovely book back to me. This dinner is a
Yes.
bit of a payment for that, but I am willing to give a little bit more back on top of that lovely skull that I no longer need.
There's nothing else. We do keep a timely schedule. I had heard to, some people down there and kind of gesture like out the window.
Ah, yes, the
Uh,
frogs. I mean, the bullywogs.
We
bully frogs.
heard that there was somebody, and I'm not sure how this is possible, but missing their heart.
Ah. Oh, you must have met that sad sap out there. Ah. Is he still hanging around?
Is he supposed to be?
He can do whatever he wants. Octavian made a deal with me, and then went back on that deal, refused to give me what he owed, so I took it from him.
As is your right.
It is. That is part of the rights we have established here in Prismere. Reciprocity.
So- Sometimes it's strange how weird the Fae looks like the Hells.
I learned how to make deals from the devil, actually. Took notes, you know.
Shocking.
They're the
Any notable
champion.
mentors?
They're the professors of making good deals. I merely emulate them. Imitation is the best form of something or other. Flattery.
It's all about word choice.
Yes.
And phrasing and diction and tone and
His heart has become quite useful to me, though. Bloody Toads. She uses it as part of the thing that, I don't know what it is, powers our refrigerator.
What?
That seems important.
Yes.
I guess we'll just settle for what my sister is missing then.
Yes, it keeps
Another
all the
crack
meats.
under the table.
It keeps the meats cold. Now, she, her focus turns towards you again, Voda. Both eyes focused on you now.
And that's unnerving.
I imagine one was always there, the other one just slowly.
Yep, exactly. Just tracks over in that direction. So, kind of eyes you up and down. The eyes go opposite directions, up and down, just like this weird scan. There's a moment of pause as her jaw kind of as her mouth hangs open. You can tell she's thinking. Ah, yes. Yes. I knew I remembered your scent. Ah.
Voda just cringes at that.
Yeah.
I'm also Zug is very much head cocked, looking at us with curiosity now.
As
One of your...
what's her name? Rosin is also just like,
What's her
what?
What's my name?
Yeah, I just totally blinked.
I recognize you because it's been some time since what was taken from you was brought to me. She looks you all up and down. I see. Oh, I don't believe why I didn't recognize this before. Witchlight monarchs I am in the presence of. Makes complete sense now. You must have stumbled through the mirror.
It was a controlled stumble.
Well, I am going to say that you should enjoy your time here in Prismere if you ever want to find a way back to the Witchlight. Well, I have ways here in my cottage if you're ever curious. But back to the subject at hand. What was taken from you, my Harengon friend, was for entering that carnival without a ticket. He sniffs again. Oh, yes. It was a tasty morsel. Something that... She eyes you up and down and looks at, the paintbrush on your back. Something that you would be quite eager to get returned, I'm fairly sure. I am in possession of it, but I would request one more favor if you would like it back.
I'm all ears.
That's a lot of layers of favors.
You had the first reciprocity is indeed in play here. But it is now at even, I do believe, for what we have had before. I will give you that stag helm for what you provided for me. But now, this little morsel is still in my possession and belongs to me. So, there's something that well, why don't I put it onto the table? Is there anything that any of you would be willing to trade for this? Information, items, something nice for your friends' forgotten thing.
That sounds unnecessary, I think.
I mean, we would already like to go to Thizzer and call your sister a bitch, if that counts for anything.
Fair
That was my
enough.
thought as well.
That was on the table, or is on the table. I would have you go and cause some mischief in Skabatha's domain. That would
So
be
Jan,
quite entertaining.
Mayor's perk up at Skabatha. Would that be trade enough?
If you procure what I ask for from her home, then yes, I would be willing to return what dear Voda here is missing.
That's fine. Just let me make room in my quest log.
Have we told her our names?
Don't think we have.
I believe she knows he was Velcro as of this moment.
She doesn't even know our names. She had us fix her plumbing. Like, creep.
What if we, well, we're definitely gonna fuck with Skabatha. That's a given. But in the short term, what if we were to say, give up the skull and instead get whatever you have of hers?
No, deal has already been struck.
The deck resolved too early. Okay.
I have some swamp soup.
Swamp soup.
Yeah.
I give like the motion, like the cross across the neck motion, like stop.
Yeah, did we steal that?
We stole that from her. So yeah, I give
I thought it was
Rosin.
a gift.
Nope. We stole that. So I just.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know
from
what's funny?
that's from the
Gertie
cauldron.
does
Yeah.
not remember that. I literally just looked in my inventory, like, what do I have? And I was like, oh, that looks like something she might like.
Well, you're not wrong about that part.
So I was like,
How would you like this? It's a photo of your family that I found on a dresser.
It has a wall hook still attached to it.
And part of the wall.
So once you do that, I'll realize my mistake. I'll be like, we were experimenting with some of the tea leaves that we received at the carnival, and it turned into kind of this swampy look, and we named it Swamp Soup. And then I'll just go back to like picking at the thing that I'm not actually eating, and just look down.
Tea.
Before
That
before you
sounds
tell us-
healthy and gross. I don't want anything of that.
Would you?
Sam,
Would a name of mine suffice?
A name?
Yes, you can have a name of mine.
Looks like you kind of confused. What do you mean by that?
I was given a name by another fey creature, and you can have it.
or this
You can be
ledge.
collecting names and not sharing?
I have a legendary artifact, and I pull out a mirror ball, which is Durla's Cubs toy. I slap it on the table, probably some slobber on it still. This has seen many adventures.
What about if you had a second one? And Kiwi pull out his version of it.
2 legendary artifacts.
One for each hand.
I really don't think this is worth the trouble.
It's one of those moments where we say, because you have 2 hands.
The whole audience gets involved in that one. No, this is definitely worth the trouble. I want to know what you lost. I mean, get it back for you.
He pauses. Bavlorna pauses for a second. Picks up another bit of meat, eats it, chews on it, thinking. Unless you have anything better than stealing a portrait of Skabatha from under her nose, that is my offer for whatever Miss Voda here lost.
I stand up on my chair, slap the table. I'll do it!
Yeah, I mean, that just sounds like fun, to be honest.
I awkwardly sit back down and I realize no one else is standing up.
I believe that what she is missing will come in handy in the mischief making.
I don't think that's necessary, my dear brother.
Bavlorna sniffs. She gets up the table and starts walking around behind Kiwi and behind Velka and then behind Zug. Kind of looms over you, Zug, and sniffs once or twice.
Cock my head and staring up at her.
You were that rodent, weren't you?
Sometimes I am.
I recognize that smell. Why were you scampering upstairs to my bedroom?
I was trying to find plumbing to go into. Small pipes. Places where the leak might have been clogged.
Give me a deception check.
Ah, shit.
That is what he told us he was going to do. I'm trying to assist.
We also did tell her this before, if
Yeah.
she believed us or not, but we have like consistent.
Do I have to?
consistency.
Oh,
Nice.
I was gonna bardically inspire you, but I don't think I need to.
She looks around. Wow.
Ferrets are very good form to get into small cylindrical shapes. I got stuck once or twice though.
Understandable. Ferrets are basically liquid tubes.
Yeah. It's very free and very. I like to dance around and do a little shake and I go running. You saw that. I did that when I was.
I saw. Well, I don't think I have any plumbing upstairs. She moves back over to her chair, sits down, grabs some more meat. But was there anything unusual up there? One of her eyes is still trained on you.
Yeah, there was a lack of plumbing.
Fair enough. So, sounds like we have quite a good deal on our hands. You make mischief for my sister. Makes me happy. And I return what was lost. And, as a little bit of, spice to the bargain, I can give you some lovely information about Skabatha.
I mean, if you're willing to spill the dirt, I'll take everything I can get.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dish, as long as it's free.
Yes. The dirt is good.
Poor sister.
In thither, Skabatha lives in what she calls Loom Lurch, a giant, hollowed-out tree located deep in the forest. I've made hither my swampy home. Skabatha has made thither her overgrown forest. I do believe that Skabatha's portrait, which I want you to pilfer, it's displayed in a circular room, I believe, in the heart of Loom Lurch, alongside portraits of me, and of Endelyn, and of our other sister.
Wait, is that four
Who would
sisters
your
then?
other sister be?
Yeah.
I've only heard of the three. There's three?
She was adopted.
Gosh, the disdain.
So is it like a binding adoption, or is it just kind of like, I don't know how Fae adoptions work.
My sisters and I were not happy about it. Our mother, Baba Yaga, was quite
had a soft spot for this one. So we brought her in, took her under her wing.
And how did that make you feel?
Is this a figurative wing or a literal wing?
Chicken wing?
Chicken wing.
Okay.
Does Gabatha like dolls?
She does. Quite a lot.
I have a quick question.
Who was opening those doors?
Sorry, I just realized they were there.
Just got up from the table and started opening doors.
Oh
the
shit! I just see that.
technology.
Oh my god, the light difference on this one.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
god.
I'll stop the rave now.
That one doesn't do anything.
That's not me.
That's me. It doesn't do anything though.
Huh? It's flashing.
Yeah.
No, this one does.
You have to say,
This-
otherwise it doesn't work.
There's no light source on the other
That's the
side.
somatic component. Or the
So
vote.
I think you just don't have an angle for it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
there's no light source over there.
Sit back down at the table. What are you guys doing?
Sorry.
Just examining your beautiful abode.
I was gonna say something. Oh, your sister. Does she? So you each live in one of the areas of the Feywild. Does she also reside in one of those areas, or is she like estranged? Do you not speak to her?
There's a moment of pause. So you're asking about specifically the
Adopted sister.
Mhm. She just kind of looks down, looks back up.
She had an area carved out.
And you took it.
No response from her. But
So the fourth
Oh,
sister is... Oh, what's her name? I fucking lost her name. I had it like a minute ago because I was thinking it. Now I've lost it. The Queen of Prismere.
Zeb something.
I can't remember.
I'm looking at my
Zeblina?
notes.
Zeblina?
It's something like
Zyblina.
that.
Zyblina, right?
Zyblina.
correct.
That sounds right.
Yep. Zyblina, correct?
Immediately, Bavlorna spits on the ground.
We don't say that name here.
I apologize.
Well, because that's your adopted sister.
She shoots
like,
you
what
a
the-
glare.
The way that you're eating
I have
stuff
to clarify because what if we just don't say it for a different reason and it's not actually related to anything that we're talking
Enough!
about? Okay.
Zyba! I
No.
just stop. I stop halfway through to see if she reacts.
We are not trying to test your patience. I apologize for my compatriots.
I just question things and say exactly what everyone else is thinking, okay?
By the way,
What
that's
am I
not-
thinking right now?
Damn it.
I believe that you are thinking that you would like a puff.
That's more like that's like lower down, but like what's on the surface thought?
Purple Kush is better than blue raspberry.
I-
Are you going to
Close.
get what I'm thinking correctly?
No, I was imagining like a little mouse on mushrooms. It was nice.
Oh, like this, and I pull out my little pet mouse.
Oh,
The mouse
That was the
voracious.
entire
Yeah,
time.
the mouse voracious immediately jumps onto the table and starts eating at like the meat.
This, I
Oh,
will
shit.
acknowledge that this pet mouse is very pet mouse. Not like mouse sized. Because then it would be a. No, never mind. Very
Yeah,
small.
that small, not tiny.
pixie. Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, okay, so I could still have a tiny pet and
Yeah.
make total sense.
it's like it jumped right out of my thoughts into reality. That's incredible.
You're manifesting yourself.
No, she's good. She's good.
You look at the table and realize that most of the
I have nowhere to vote it. Yes, he has been there the entire time.
Most of the food is now gone on the table. Somehow it's all either been consumed by you, or majority of it consumed by Bavlorna. She lets out an audible burp. And she looks over to one of the little froggy mini versions of her and she says, well, now that dinner has been completed, would you kindly go and get that silly stag skull from upstairs?
Was that directed at us or at her?
Her little
Lornlings.
mini, yeah, the Lornling. And it salutes, ribbits, and scampers out of the room. They'll be back momentarily. I'm sorry, we don't have any sweets or desserts.
That's fine, your company was sweet enough.
Oh, aren't you so nice? She, like, leans over on her hand and stares in your direction and gives you a kissy face.
I give a wink back, and as soon as her eyes are off me, I shudder.
One eye is just looking at you.
I'm waiting for both eyes to be off.
Okay. Not but a moment later, the door opens up, and dragged into the room is the large, beautiful stag skull, as the Lornling kind of bonks its antlers on the door, just like a dog trying to walk through a door with like a big stick. Just kind of like, and just gets clotheslined by it. And then reorients it, turns it around, pulls it through. The stag skull.
Oh, let me try it on! I'll jump down.
Yep.
And I don't know how much bigger it is than what I have on now, but I'll try to put it on my head.
The Lornling like tries to hold it up to you and can't, and it's like the little spindly froggy arms barely can hold it up, and it just does the fucking once again Spirited Away Susu thing where it like holds it up and just gets smashed underneath it. Its arms and legs splayed out.
I'll try to, oh, okay, I got it. I'll try to pull it up off of it.
You lift it up and, yeah, you hold it in your hands. It's a beautiful stag skull, bleached white bone, long antlers on top of it, but not, like, absurdly long, but very, very well taken care of. You can see that there also is some, like, intricate, kind of almost runic carvings along the skull. Looks very nice. Well maintained.
Oh, is it much larger than the skull I have on right now, or is it...
No, it's about the same size.
All right, I gotta get it. I gotta take it for a spin. I'll take off my current skull, set it down, and then put this one on. Okay, through nose. Okay, eye holes. Yeah,
it looks good.
Whoa.
I
got the others.
You look like a Leshen,
Oh, sick.
but a tiny one.
Can I try out your other one then?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'll reach across the table, put on the skull. Like a puff of smoke comes out both of the eyes. Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah,
there's like cheese in here or something.
No, I don't need that.
Lick it.
You lick the cheese. What?
It's just gonna be cobalt sweat. Like there's like built up like over.
Oh, gross! It's hand cheese, but
I was thinking like cheddar.
Nasty. Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have this back. I sanitized it.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
I'll flick my or I'll snap my fingers and press the digitate the inside.
Oh, now it doesn't. No, it's lost.
Oh, it's like turning your keyboard upside down.
It's lost its charm.
No, it's lost the funk that Zug loves so much.
Season, yeah.
It's no longer seasoned. Oh god.
Oh god.
I'll work on that again later, but for now, I'm wear this one. Okay, then the pack. So, and I'll try not to knock things over when we leave, or start walking around. But I'll wear this skull for now.
Right. Yeah. The skull on the table. Bavlorna leans back once again, stretches. Now looks away from Velka, finally, and looks up at the ceiling. It is getting late, and I appreciate that you've done so much for me today. I was very much missing my beauty bath downstairs. The restorative powers of the swamp water from the bottom of the lake are quite invigorating. My skin is beautiful again. He kind of, pats her face.
It's a shine to you.
Ah, yes. I am She dead looks at you, both eyes, as she says this, Nutmeg. Moist.
I shudder in real life, but Nutmeg holds strong.
Well, I'll be turning in for the night. I, unfortunately, do not have any multiple guest rooms here, but there is a room across the hall with a bed if you are looking to have a place to stay there. Otherwise...
Voda is just rapidly shaking her head as small as possible.
Otherwise,
Well,
I'm sure there'll be some accommodations downfall for you.
I'm overjoyed to receive a nighttime invitation from you. I think we have to pass on that as we need to start looking into how to fuck with your sister.
Yes. Yes. Here.
I was just gonna be like, yeah, we have to do the thing, right? Like, don't we? The thing. That thing. Please.
She takes out rifles through her garments and pulls out a scrap piece of paper and pulls out another pen as well and writes something down on it, and she says, hand this to whoever is currently in control of the Soggy Court. It's authorization for you to use one of the swamp balloons that belongs to me.
We appreciate that.
I'll go a long way.
Yes. It should make it easier for you to reach thither and mess with Skabatha.
If we go via balloon, do we have to worry about any kind of border control? Is there any kind of check that happens at the gate?
And
As long as you have somebody who knows how to navigate the mists, you'll be fine.
When you say fine, is that fine-ish, or?
I don't lie. You'll be okay.
What if we just wing it?
And
You just end up back here.
exactly.
Balls! Ooh, there's some staticky noise going on right now.
That's vodka.
Some bad vodka.
I was
Why
actually
is it
trying to
hissing?
stay quiet, but
That took a hot second.
oh,
Vodka and
Vodka.
Velcro.
That sounds like a good Friday night!
I'm writing those down.
Kinky.
For prosperity.
yeah, I equally love and hate those names.
She pushes her chair back and she says, I must retire. It's been quite a day. I usually don't get this many guests. With Charm arriving and now all 6 of you, it is taking it out of an old hag like me. I must sleep.
Okay, bye! I jump up.
Well, I hope you enjoy your night, and we will hopefully be returning with wonderful news.
I hope you do return with that lovely painting.
Not as lovely as you.
Oh,
Probably.
blushes. I almost forgot. Before you leave, we must seal the deal with at least one of you. She looks over at Nutmeg. Seems you might be willing. She spits in her hand. And reaches
okay.
out.
When she says seal the deal, I was like, please no.
Not a Buttercup!
That was loud. I'll spit in my hand and I'll shake her hand.
Okay.
I can just imagine, what are you doing? That is not what I meant. It's like there's
As you shake her hand, there's basically you almost feel like a little miniature spark in between you and her as you just catch a little glint in her eye, Nutmeg, as you shake her hand with the spit.
Alright.
Deal is sealed. I will require that portrait, young man.
You got it. I blush a little.
Ah, shit,
Now,
you cut the tension with a knife.
my beauty rest awaits. My
Make sure-
Lornlings will escort you to your boat, I assume, which is at the base of my hut. Good night, and I hope to see you all again soon.
He splorps out of the room.
Okay, bye! I'll start running down.
Miss bless you.
All right.
Just slam the door.
Yeah.
So that's like an oblivion bug.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, there's a character. One of the Lornlings is like stuck in the door, just like, ow, 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 ow.
What
Making the fucking-
oblivion is that? What oblivion is that?
Yeah, making the fucking, or just making like the banjo kazooie noises, like. All right, well, when the Lornlings, one of the Lornlings comes, who's dressed in a little butler suit, and bows to you and says,
Please follow this way.
"Our boat. The valet will bring it around."
Ooh.
Nice service here.
Look at
And
the
you
tip.
are led out back down the spiral staircase down to the bottom floor, where you can see that like the pool of the pool is very much now filled with water that looks a lot better than it did before. Like the stagnant water is all but gone. It's this kind of like strange, almost like has like a layer of steam on top of it, and almost this kind of like blue glow to it. Looks very different than it did before. You're led outside, back down the rickety staircase, and down to your, as the Lornling in his butler outfit bows to you, croaks,
Have a wonderful night. We hope to see you again. Goodbye.
and then it hops back up the stairs.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
And let's take a quick break as you leave the hut. Back.
Yeet.
5 minutes.
Yeet!
Sounds good.
All right. Quick break. Get a beat.
Got him. Or
And-
something.
Yeah. Doesn't suck for me.
I don't know.
Typically, it's when you engage in something for a period of time. Usually, perhaps enjoyable, but
Interesting. Watch together.
Oh, like one person controls and everyone has the same viewer?
Yep, exactly.
Is that just like natively built into
It's
the
natively,
Twitch
yeah.
or
It's
to YouTube?
No, it's natively built into Discord.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. No, I mean it's YouTube built into Discord.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I see. That makes sense.
Pretty interesting.
So you would be able to watch Mac and Me because that's on YouTube.
But
It's such a good bad movie.
It is.
why?
I mean, the only
It's-
scene from it is the wheelchair scene.
There's a lot of scenes from it, actually. What I will say is I went and I checked, and it has a lower product placement density than Transformers Age of Whatever. I can't remember the name of the movie. But the really bad Transformers movie that was just all product placement.
Mm. Yeah, well, the problem, like, I mean, you look at any like Marvel movie, and there's a shit ton of product placement in those too. But they're like, it's like
so
subtle.
much Audi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or Audi or whatever. Yeah, or Acura on one of them was Acura because that was the Iron Man drove the new
Oh, yeah.
NSX. So
Yep.
everything was. But I guess it's not like a bunch. Like, are they talking amounts of product placement, or is it just the amount of times that you see like?
I was doing product placement per minute. So I was counting it like only once per scene. So if there was a Coke can in a scene,
Okay.
I didn't count it again in that scene, the next shot it was in. And it was still lower than Transformers.
What was Transformers product?
Eh?
Transformers product placement was all over the place.
It was
I mean,
consumed
Megatron
product, the
doesn't count.
movie.
Transformers Age of Extinction, I think, is the one that was really bad.
Oh, okay. That was the one that was bad.
Oh yeah, just that. one.
I can tell. I've seen one
As-
Transform movie and it was not good, and that was the first one.
Hey,
I
man,
thought the first one was
it's
fun, at least.
It's not good. None of them are.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That
Shia
was
LaBeouf
enough.
going. Whoa, whoa, whoa! My car.
Okay.
Wow,
so-
wow, wow.
Actually, it's not based off of. I actually based it off of the number of products that were placed in the movie, not the amount of times they showed up in different scenes. So actually, it probably is more product dense than I said. That being said, 55 brands in a like 2.5 hour movie.
Damn.
I
You had to
feel
sit there
like
2.5 hours. Jesus.
Damn.
I'm confused at what the threshold is.
What do you mean?
Like, what do you consider product placement?
Legitimately, anything where the brand is
It's visible, right? Yeah.
So, Coke can facing away from camera doesn't count. If you can't tell it's a Coke can other than
Explicitly.
It's like they're drinking.
explicitly.
They're drinking a soda, but
Yeah.
it's like it's red, so it must be Coke. It evokes Coke, but it doesn't have the brand.
It's
Yeah.
not exactly the same, yeah. But I mean, like, in terms of Transformers, because, like, super high budget film, right?
Yeah, here you
So-
go. Here's a great example of product placement in Transformers.
Okay.
Or, like, this was a good one. Him just, like, legitimately, this is, like, in a fucking, like, government agency. He's like, here, let me show you using my Beats speaker.
Yeah.
It sounds like the movie's just one
Long.
long commercial, just with
Did we
a
ever see this one?
quote unquote plot.
I don't think we saw Agent. Well, okay, cars.
Okay, yeah, but that's a bunch of like
The car
big
ones make
cars.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Let me see if I can find the one.
I think it's the thing, like I feel like it's like, okay, these people gave us money, these people gave us money, these
Product
people
placement.
gave us money, like
Yeah, see, that's a good subtle product placement for Viagra.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good
Or,
one.
you know, cat construction company.
It's very subtle.
Or like cock construction company.
Hell yeah, I'd watch those erectors.
Like, okay, here's one of the ones where, like, legitimately in, like, the big climactic final scene, there's, like, a legitimate, like, 30-second break in the middle of this action scene for a Budweiser truck to crash, him to pick one up and being like, man, it's great to have a Budweiser, crack it open, and then chug the whole thing.
oh god, that is
The Wayne's World
Simpsons.
moment.
Yeah. Like
It looks
Simpsons
at
level.
camera.
literal commercial.
I want to say,
Commercial break.
here we go. Here's the scene.
The one with fucking Mocky Mock.
Wahlberg.
Yep.
That was insane. Somehow his meat wasn't pulverized in that crash, but you know.
In a
Yeah, Nurse doesn't care.
Yeah.
Wow, this is worse than I thought.
Yeah.
and Goodyear. Oh my god. Dude, how much did they get paid for? Like, this isn't. Yeah.
U.S.
That's also
as
that,
well.
that writing, that acting is so. Holy shit. That's like, I feel like I'm watching The Room.
You know what though?
That was really
For what they got paid, I'd do it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get that.
Like, yeah.
You give me tens of millions of dollars to do that, I will say stupid shit into the camera. Yeah.
There was the. Yeah, that's
Not gay,
nuts.
but $20 is $20.
Two blatant product placements in that, but also I do hate how he drank that Budweiser. That Bud Light.
Oh,
He
yeah.
literally spit it out.
Yeah, he just stuck it in his mouth, but he just slapped the top, made it foam, got all the foam in his mouth, and was just like, power.
This is how I consume.
There we go.
Here.
You like music?
Oh, no. You like music? Oh, no.
We hold this perfectly.
Perhaps something a little more violent?
Oh.
It's also that video
Oh.
also has the Budweiser scene in it, but
Oh, but that's even more
so-
blatant. It's just crossing, and it's just like
Yeah.
Budweiser.
yep.
Bud Light.
That's not. Okay, let's get back to this though.
Yay!
Hokey,
Yay!
hokey dokey.
Oh, but the pill one was literally like, let me show you what this is
The
capable
product.
of.
Please observe
Oh.
product. Yeah.
Like it's like, yes, it's product placement, but it's also a lot more like self-aware. Like, I can make literally anything. I can make this high quality product, or I can make this thing that shoots you. Like, high quality, expensive, whatever, like on the market thing, or,
Well, I mean,
So,
he
like,
still was like.
it's like kind of integrated and very
Yeah,
like,
it's
But he was
that's
also
being
aware.
very that's
You
being
like
very
music.
generous.
I'm being very
Yeah.
generous, but
I wouldn't
still,
be, but I get it.
It's like, oh, you like music? Here, look, I can create the pill. Oh, you like guns? I can make a gun.
There's guns.
Oh, you like,
Like pancakes.
right? Like, no, can't make that one. Sorry.
Can't make organic. All right. Back to it. So, you find yourselves back on the shore of the shore of Downfall, next to the sinking palace, which is still bumping with music and partying right now. As you get to the shore, you see just kind of hanging out, kicking his feet in the water, is your buddy Clapperclaw. And he looks up, his little gourd shaking in anticipation as you hear it rattling. And he says, well, I could, you have it. I can sense it. You got it. Oh, who has it? I can't, where is it? He's reaching his little claws out. I can feel it. My head. Where's that?
I'm wearing it.
Well, that's not nice. Give it back.
I'm just warming up for you. I'm here. I'll take it off. I wait for him. So I'm just like, it fits so nice. And then like, okay, fine. I take it off and I hand it over to him.
Oh, it feels so good to have you back. Oh gosh. Okay, hold up. Could one of you do me a solid? And he bends over and kind of just angles his gourd towards the group. Just give it a good yank. You know, off with my head. Anybody?
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Come on, give it a good tug. Just you gotta pull it off. Come on. I'll brace myself. Oh. Holds on to a log next to him. Give me an athletics check. Damn, dude. 2 rolls tonight. You're doing well. All right, well, you yank it off with a loud boonk as it just kind of pops off, and now you have this like rattling gourd in your hand. And now, wordlessly, Clapperclaw claps his little fucking lobster hands, clap, clap, clunk, 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 and points towards his now stump.
It's yeah, okay. I think I'm still holding the skull. I'll just try to fix it nicely. Make it look forward, wiggle it in.
He puts his 2 little claws up and just kind of grabs the antlers, and you hear it kind of just like a crunching sound as he pulls it down really hard onto the top of his straw body. And then there's like a little rattling as the jaw unhinges and then starts clacking as he starts speaking. Oh, it's so good to have it back. Wow. Oh, thank you all so much. Oh, jeez. The head looks over to the rest of the group. You can't believe how good this feels to have this thing back. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, my side of the bargain is now valid. If you need a guide to get you over to thither, I'm your scarecrow.
Well, we do.
Great. When are we leaving?
Soon. From I don't know where. Balloon somewhere. Yes.
Didn't we need to go to Jan?
I don't know how to get to Yon. I know how to get to thither.
That's where I need to go. Wait. Look at my notes.
We need to go to
Skabatha.
both. So whichever one we can go. Skabatha is in.
Oh,
Skabatha's in thither,
That
right?
Skabatha's in thither. Yeah.
She's in thither.
My bad.
Yes. So that's where.
Which we needed.
Oh, how serendipitous of that! So you know where to go, where we need to go. We got your skull. I put mine back on. Yes, skull bros, nice. And then we can go.
Well, I can guide you there, but do you know anybody who can pilot balloons?
Sure, it can't be that hard, right?
We could learn.
Wait, think about it. There was someone who was piloting a balloon earlier, right? Who might have been involved with the breakout.
He died.
They all died. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they didn't.
No, the one that flew.
No, the one
flew.
the prisoner.
When we're gonna get help is the prisoner.
Yeah, the prisoner can still fly for us.
That's right.
And they went ape shit and tried to actually kill. And then I don't know what actually happened to them.
No, the one that said they would help us is the not.
Not the one that went ape shit.
Oh, not the ape shit one. The one that threw, or the one that was supposed to throw. The one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I have names in here somewhere.
I also just made a realization. The ship name for Zug and Clapperclaw is skull
Morgwort.
fucking.
Sorry, what was that, Oda?
Morgwort, right?
Forgot.
Morgort.
Morgot.
No, Morgot is Elden Ring.
Because I was reading
Morgwort.
the whole title. It's Knight of Warts.
Gotcha.
Indeed. Okay.
Look how we need. Ha! Let's get it.
Alrighty. Well, if you know somebody who can pilot the balloon, I can, make sure they're headed in the right direction once we get into the mists. It's kind of getting a little bit dark though. You wanna find a place to stay for the night and then leave in the morning. I don't know if you're in any rush or anything.
What time is it now? It's kind of getting late afternoon, yeah?
You just had dinner, so it's evening.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Dinner can mean a lot of things in different social circles.
Dinner can be like, it's like dinner and then there's supper, right? Like,
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
this is dinner.
Sure.
then there's
Why don't we take a
No
nice,
diners here.
quiet evening with no shenaniganery? Gather our thoughts and go in the morning.
Do we wish to stay here, or do we want to go back to the camp?
It's up to you. I mean, this is where the balloon is, so I don't know. We guess we could come back here in the morning. I'm with you,
Well-
though. Don't worry about it.
Seeing as we are officially Dukes of Muckstump,
Oh, wow,
also
yeah.
knights, we should be put up in the finest royal guest quarters, yes?
Clapperclaw shrugs. I don't know. I'm not a member of the Soggy Court. I have no
Fuck, but
idea.
you were all over there. Okay, we'll go do that. Let's get that.
Or we could go see Vamper before we go on.
Sure, do that too.
What do you want to do? What are you guys going to do?
Voda has her arms crossed, actively ignoring Velka.
Naturally. Voda, what do you think? We should probably go say goodbye to Vamper before we leave, yes? Voda? Voda, I'm poking Voda in the shoulder.
Lord.
Voda?
Vodka, we need more
He hasn't loaded in
vodka.
yet.
Is the
Hey, Velda?
dial-up tone.
Yeah.
At this point, Velka knows what's going on and is still just poking at Voda's shoulder and saying Voda over and over again.
You okay?
Some more
You
as I
okay,
soup.
Boda?
More as I soup and leave now. I don't think we have a reason to say if that's the case.
Hey, Voda?
She just doesn't turn to face him.
Let's at least go say goodbye to Vamper.
Well, whatever you want to do, I'm coming with. But we should probably, let what's her name know that we're gonna need her piloting skills. Don't want to just crash into a tree immediately after we take off. We gotta get somebody who could fly those stupid swamp balloons.
Yes, we will let her know before we go to sleep at the camp tonight. Yes?
Let's go
Wait.
to Bay.
Alright.
So, where you know that the party is happening in the Sinking Palace right now, nearby. You can hear music and the sound of croaking festivities from within.
Right, is that where we assume Morgoth would be?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go find Morgoth.
Morgort. Yeah, sorry, Morgort.
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 Morgort. Let's find Morgort.
I'm down with that. Let's go.
So, walking up the steps, the soggy court, the music blaring loud from within, you get to that upper level, and you can see there's basically just, raucous festivities happening in here. And you're easily able to spot the new King Illig of Muckstump sitting at the far end of the room, and he motions you all over as he sees you at the door. Come in, come in, come in! Oh my goodness, it's so good to see my dukes and duchesses of Muckstump to join me for the festivities. I didn't know where you went. Come, enjoy. There's some fry burgers over there, and some, some lily pad cups. We got some booze, but it's not that strong. But if you drink enough of it, you'll get drunk. Come on, come in. The band's about to play the hit song.
Oh man, the frog frat party is fantastic. I love this.
Yeah, the floor is extremely sticky in here.
Oh.
Come
It is
on.
what it is. All right, I'm in. I go in.
Yeah. You're immediately handed a fly burger, and the festivities are just kind of going on. Across the room, you can see kind of leaning back against the wall, Morgort. She's just observing the room, kind of enjoying the festivities, but just being a little bit more watcher, just watching things go on.
Yep.
And she raises a froggy eyebrow as you enter, and starts kind of slowly walking in your direction.
Meet in the middle.
It's good to see you.
I'm glad that after visiting Bavlorna, you are not any worse for wear. It seems that you observed it seems that she didn't really want to eat you or anything, which is good.
Yes, we need to leave in the morning via balloon.
Well,
Are you with us?
I'm your frog. I can absolutely do it. No problem.
Do we have permission to? She kind of looks over her shoulder towards Illig.
You gotta ask him first, I guess. Technically, they're his balloons and hers. I don't know.
I pull out the missive.
Oh,
It's ours.
we can also get him nice and liquored up first.
Oh, hey, well, wow. I mean, if you got a note directly from Bavlorna herself, then we're good to go.
I snatch the note from Velka's hand as everyone's talking and just go up to Illig.
Okay.
I
Walk
kind
up
of
to
just do like the thing where I just like have my hand up with it still, and then it just like turns into like a shrug, like a John
I like to
Travolta.
imagine your hand is out and like your fingers start tapping together.
like where'd it go?
Yep.
There was something here.
Illig sees you approaching Voda and bows and croaks out.
Ah, yes, hello, Lady Voda of Muckstump. Why, we are graced by your presence here tonight. What do you have?
He looks down at the note that's in your hand.
Is this a royal request of your new king?
I hope you are having a good party, my good king. We have permission from the lady in the middle of the lake to borrow one of the balloons.
He
And
nearly spits out his drink.
So wait, sorry. Did she get my gift?
that she did, yes.
Oh, good. That's very good. I always want to be in the Lady Bavlorna's good graces, of course. What does the note say? I can't read.
What does the note say?
It just says, like, I, Bavlorna, give authorization to, to the holder to utilize one of the swamp gas balloons located or moored in Downfall for their transport to thither.
Is this just the bureaucratic talk? Lorna saying we can use the balloon and all that.
Oh, you got it. The balloon shall be yours for use. I assume that he looks over your shoulder. That Morgort will be your pilot. Seems that you already are making fast friends with her.
She has agreed to be the pilot, yes. So our plan is to leave in the morning.
Excellent. Then a toast to your future journeys.
He raises his cup and just kind of
A
drunken.
toast to your long kingship.
Oh, very, very nice of you to say so. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I raise my toast. May it be measured in weeks.
Oh, if only.
By the time we get back here, he's gonna be.
Yeah.
It'll be like 4
bullywug can
generations.
dream. A bullywug can dream. So yeah, the party kind of goes on throughout the rest of the night. If you do, there's some drinks to be had and stuff like that. But later in the night, if you want to escape out of here, it's winding down as most of the bullywugs of the Soggy Court have either left or passed out, getting a little bit later into the night. And yeah, where would you all like to go?
Oh, we should probably talk to good King Illig about royal guest quarters. See where it might be put up for the night. as we are far too inebriated to leave.
There are quarters for you. And as you start to find, as you start to ask about it, one of the guards at the entranceway calls out and says, there is a guest here that's a late arrival. Announcing, what was your name again? He whispers to the person who's kind of standing at the edge of the door, or the individual. And there's a long sigh. Just Agnon, the long scarf. Introducing Agnon, long scarf.
From back, I know that guy!
Oh, always just look at that. Brothers, that doesn't go against my wishes.
Agdon enters the room with a bow and quickly scans around and sees you, and he hops over, zooms over very quickly. This is under hush tone. I got some information for you. Is there somewhere that we can talk private?
Were we told where the quarters were?
Yeah, you've been. There's it's just upstairs somewhere.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
Yes, let's retire to our quarters for the evening.
All right, good. Come. Okay. And he follows you up to the quarters. Doors are opened up. It's fairly nice. There's immediately you already notice that there's portraits on the wall of Illig, just kind of like scribbled portraits. You can tell it's him, but it was hastily drawn or painted with just looks like a 4-year-old did it.
To imagine that we know it's Illig because it says Illig and has an arrow pointing to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For sure.
With 4 other names crossed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have name tags that they can apply to every painting.
Yep, exactly. And as the door closes, you Vamper lets out a long sigh and goes, "Oh, okay. So, I was able to ask around, did what I do best, hopped around real quick, all over hither, and talked to some folks. Didn't steal anything. I was doing good. But got some information. So you're looking for that cauldron, right? Igglewilf's cauldron? Well, all I know is that somebody mentioned to me that they heard the 3 sisters, Bavlorna, Endelin, Scabatha. So they used it, tampered with it somehow. And whatever happened to it, or whatever they did to it, that's what's trapped Zyblina. That's what has trapped her, and then that's what splintered Prismir into the, how it is today. Unfortunately, I think that, person said they think that they know where the cauldron is, and it's in Zyblina's palace. They booby-trapped it within her own home.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the center of Prismir, but obviously the Hourglass Coven has set up some pretty powerful wards to get to each area, how to get in between. I mean, I can't even leave hither, but looks like you may... Hey! I recognize that skull. He points over at Clapperclaw. Clapperclaw looks back at him, and if a lobster claw could flip off, could give the middle finger, it basically does that. Fuck you, man. You ain't gonna get this back. Piss off.
That's not cute. He's mercurial.
It's halfway between Cockney and Boston.
I'm trying to.
What's his name? Tiad. What's the guy who plays Bork, whatever?
No, what I'm trying to emulate is the vultures from Jungle Book.
Oh, the Beatles. That's like the Beatles accent.
Yeah, just that weird
generic British rocker, kind of like airhead.
Yeah. Kind of chilling, you know. But yes, Clapperclaw flips off Agdon, and Agdon looks back and goes, "Oh, ah, whoa!" Then his eyes go wide. Wait, you went to Bavlorna's, and you're not. Wait, he looks at all 6 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You have all of your limbs?
Yeah. And no extras.
Also, you'd be proud of me, but I look around left, right. I sort of pull the thread from my pack and like just show it real quick. Yeah, we're good.
He looks.
Did you actually need to count all? You couldn't just glance at us and
I had to be sure.
recognize it. Okay.
Better safe than sorry.
Vamper looks over
I
at
think
you,
it'd be
Zug,
pretty
and just
obvious if one of us was missing a limb.
You stole a spool of thread from her.
I prevented a theft from occurring and took this as bounty. But yes,
Vamper looks puzzled. You prevented a theft.
it's a long story. Don't worry about it. It's
He just gives
Point
you the
being-
thumbs up. He just gives you a thumbs up, and it's just like, sounds good.
I give a smack to his hand and just go, don't encourage him. We don't, please.
Wait.
All right. Well,
Zog's hand, I think.
yeah.
No,
No,
Vamper's
Vamper
go.
giving the thumbs up.
encourage
Oh.
my thievery. All right.
Encourage Zug.
Fine. You're right. Nope. Yep. Thieving days are done. Only stealing when it is righteous, I guess? I don't know. Okay.
Beneficial to the realm.
Yeah, beneficial. Beneficial to the realm.
Yeah, that's what I did.
We
Sure.
think.
Well,
We think.
We'll
I-
see.
Well, I'm proud of you for dealing with Bavlorna. I mean, obviously she's a very spooky bitch, and I hate dealing with her. And no hard feelings about the skull, Mr. Scarecrow? Debs Clapperclaw. Fuck you.
I think there are still some
Language.
hard feelings. Yeah. Anyways, we are now going to Zizzer, to deal a painting for Bavlorna from Scabitha.
What?
Scabitha?
Holy cow! You guys are going. You're really. I guess I could say moving up in the world. I don't know. This is intense.
We're making moves.
I gotta say I'm proud. I'm proud.
Point being, part of that deal is now my sister is not talking to me.
Huh.
Do you hear that? There's a ghost of someone who.
Oh yeah. You wanted to ask her what she lost?
But wait. You lost? Wait. You lost something, Voda?
Hey, Voda hard glares at Zug.
But I want to know too.
Why do none of you know how to shut your fucking mouths?
Look at me. My mouth's huge.
Language.
I mean, they look back at you. Vamper looks back at you and just says, I know I'm your little brother, but somebody stole from you. I gotta make sure I get it back.
Voda cups his face and says, "He just needs you to be safe, okay?"
All right, fair enough. But
We have it under control.
if you need
Yeah.
if you need any more help, just let me know.
Already done so much. I'm so proud, and I give him a hug.
Oh, he hugs you back. It's that weird kind of doesn't know what to do at first, and then embraces you and hugs you. Thanks. Well,
You help her, you get the hug. I help her, I get the cold shoulder.
The ghosts of my past have continued to speak. Woe is me,
Dramatic.
my dead twin.
Dramatic
Part of the
as
year.
always.
Vamper looks around and kind of just gives a grimace and says, I'll let you two work this out. Twin things. I'm gonna go back to the crew. If you need anything, you know where to find me. All right?
Sounds good to me.
Will do.
We will rendezvous when we get back from Zizzer.
Excellent. I will eagerly await the news. And
Ready.
as he
Did you just say eagerly?
no, I said
Voda
eagerly.
Voda absolutely corrects him under her breath.
I'm not the best with language. Once again, Mr. Scarecrow, apologies. Your new head, your old head, your head looks great. And, yeah, I'm out of here. And he jumps out a window.
Imagine, please tell
Bye.
me the window was closed. He just shatters through it.
Yeah,
Oh god.
just out it, yeah. Well, the rest of the... Yeah, the evening begins to wind down now as the music from downstairs is barely audible anymore, and you just get a shot of all of the drunken bullywugs just either passed out in the hallways or on their futons or their pillows in the main kind of throne room. And the night in Hither just continues on, mists enveloping it. You just hear the sound of croaking frogs, the sounds of crickets and other locust-like bugs just buzzing around, the drone of a giant dragonfly just buzzing through and by the window. Is there anything anybody would like to do in the evening before the morn?
I am spending the entire night going around prestidigitating the entire room
Nice.
to clean it. And if I have time, I start going out and finding drunk bullywogs, pushing them to the wall so they're not being stepped on, and then clean their clothes.
Aw. Great.
And after everyone is done with whatever they're doing, the second light comes through the window, I start banging on stuff to wake everybody up.
So everybody is woken in the morning.
I will
If
say,
no one else has stuff to do.
Yeah.
I would have spent a good part of the evening probably trying to get Voda alone for a conversation.
She is definitely holding a grudge, but in a way of it's being slightly played up.
Yeah.
Theatrical, yeah.
But
Which
she
is-
is
which is-
also not talking.
Yep. So there would just be a one-sided conversation throughout the night of I always have your best interest in mind.
As she's going around cleaning, she probably would have summoned one of the tentacles at some point, and it's doing the hand, mouth-mocking gesture while she cleans.
Yep. So there's just that conversation going on throughout the night of Velka knows she's playing it up, but also doesn't want to risk not being apologetic. If that makes sense.
Meanwhile, Zug's trying to run a gambling ring with some bollywogs.
I imagine successfully, to be honest. I like to imagine you could probably convince the bullywogs the rules are they give you money, and if they roll a 7 on a dice, they get
it back,
double.
yeah.
They get double back, something like that.
Yeah, it would be some... Yeah, Zug, mostly, honestly, though, he's trying to make friends with these folks. But his attention span is so limited. He'll start a conversation with one group, then run over to another, and start a dice game, then run over to another one and talk about food, and just trying to... It's a thing where you try to, like pure FOMO, right? Trying to do everything
Be a part
you
of
can.
everything that was, yeah.
Yeah, and then you miss out on pretty much everything because you're spread thin. It's pretty much what Zug's doing tonight.
All right, well, why don't you give me a performance check, just to
Sure.
gauge how Zug socializes, basically.
This is how I wish it worked in real life. We just roll it. Performance.
Nah, good. Yeah.
All
So by the end of the evening, as everything is wound down downstairs, you have won 5 silver from dice games, as you find that the bullywugs of the Soggy Court, though they believe themselves to be, royalty, etc., and courtesans, they don't have any money. And then, but you also kind of make some fast friends with some of the more drunken bullywugs who are around, and they all are it definitely helps that they recognize you as a Duke of Muckstump, right? Like that's a big deal that you got knighted by the current king. And every once in a while, you get called over by an increasingly more drunk King Illig to have another shot with him, and then no, another shot, one more shot, and then another shot.
Imagine these shots that are like water with a single drop of whiskey in it.
You know what they are? It's more of the weird mushroom hooch that comes from Bavlorna's distillery.
And then it becomes very, very nice to have a skull, because I can just throw them back between my jaw and the skull, and it looks like I'm drinking them. So after a little bit, I was like, nope, not getting any more drunk. We're just gonna pretend I'm doing it.
So anybody else who's down there just sees that, like, Zug's skull is slowly becoming more and more, like, stained with this strange brown liquid around the mouth, and it's just dripping down and out of the jaw and down his, scale, or down your armor.
That's awful.
Clean that.
Well, I still got the fancy clothes on, right? I don't think.
Yeah,
I
would definitely believe that at some point we just get the crossover the two groups as Voda being followed by Velka, who's just talking to her as they're moving down a hallway, just passes by Zug and Voda. You just give him a quick prestidigitation and clean up.
Thanks.
I probably have to do that multiple times through the night.
He won't stop taking shots.
Is there anybody else? Anybody else is gonna be doing anything?
I'll just be sitting around puffing, and if someone wants to take a hit, I'll let them take it for a little bit of the luck.
All right.
You would get in on that
Nice.
for inspiration.
Oh yeah, the chill corner over here.
Yeah, they're just chilling. So Zug and Kiwi, Nutmeg and Kiwi are just in one of the corners on some pillows and just having that little puff session, and slowly but surely couple more bullywugs kind of wander, a little adventurous ones kind of wander over and are just curiously doing looking.
Kiwi would kind of take a puff and Nutmeg. You ever wonder if because you're Nutmeg and I'm Kiwi, if we're all just food, man?
Meanwhile, Buckethead's playing in the background.
I'm gonna keep that one.
Whoa. I mean, good shit.
But then anyone I basically passed to anyone, I'm just using Bane to steal some of the luck, put it in my bag.
Oh, nice.
It's my
Cheers
my fee.
Is Rosin doing anything?
The only thing Rosin is really doing, she's probably head down and kind of why can't I think of the word? Detective mode.
Investigating?
Well, she's got a little notebook out and she's just kind of thinking, and it's one of those things where you see all of the math equations floating around someone's head. It's just all of the words and stuff, and she's just thinking, why do Velka and Voda have Sylvan accents? Their mother just speaks with a common accent, and she's just detective work trying to figure out.
As she's trying to work this out, I'd assume that Zug's hyperactivity is probably a little much for the pseudo dragon.
Oh.
And would probably find its way and perch itself on Rosin's shoulder, and almost is mimicking her hand gestures.
It's like a lucid Thad right now. You're actually investigating real things.
But something very just not important based on anything else that has happened, but that's where her mind is, based on the fact that he showed back up and they had a conversation, and I'm just the only thing she was thinking was was he also adopted? That's the only thing that was going
Not
through.
even just Sylvan accents, terrible Sylvan accents.
What is happening? So that's all
Okay.
Ross is really doing.
Excellent. Well, as the night wears on, You're all kind of back down there in the main palace area partying. You also see Clapperclaw just kind of browsing around, and he has like 2 like child bullywugs hanging off of each antler, just kind of doing like just spinning around as he is dancing around on the floor as well. He's much happier and more jovial now that he has his head back. And it's a nice kind of more peaceful evening here without any more coups, without any more violence. And having survived that encounter, survived or just gotten through the encounter with Bavlorna, you're feeling pretty confident. As the night winds down, you get your sleep, you get your long rests, all of you get your stuff back. And in the morning, there's a knock on the door as you're greeted by Morgort, as she says,
All right. I was too excited. I got up early and I already had the balloon prepped and ready to go. It's all been patched up. They've done all the repairs. It's ready and waiting. And Illig's too hungover to say goodbye. But I think we're ready to go. If you guys are, the sun's about to come up and it's perfect weather.
Let's do it!
Get it done.
I wanted to see the new place.
all right.
How do you have so much energy first thing in the morning?
Caffeine! I don't know, honestly. How are you? I don't know why you can't. I'm constantly just gotta go. Gotta do things. Gotta run.
The Zug zooms out the door. Then you make your way over to the balloon factory, which has now had the fires put out, as thanks to you two, or thanks to everybody. And there is, back across those rocks and stuff, you do find yourself at the balloon dock. And the balloon, now patched and repaired, is awaiting. A rope ladder leads up to the gondola beneath it. And it looks like it's able to hold the entire group, all 8 of you now, including Clapperclaw and Morgort. You pile on board. Morgort signals down to the bullywugs at the base, who pull a lever as the moorings, the ties, like snap away and loose themselves from below the lake as the balloon begins to rise. And there's like a weird little contraption in this balloon where Morgort kind of like can just like pull a lever here and a lever there, and basically uses the swamp gas to kind of propel it in certain directions as it just lets out little toots as it flies, just like.
The Men in Black will know your location.
Oh God.
And you lift up, leaving Downfall behind you, looking back and now seeing the top of Bavlorna's ghastly cottage poking out from the center of the lake and all of the buildings around belonging to the Saki court. And you head off west towards this wall of fog that's in front of you. Morgort looks over to Clapperclaw and she says,
All right, if you could guide us through and just give us a little bit of, just give us those vibes, I guess, I'll follow your lead.
Clapperclaw leans over the edge, squints, his skull squints into the distance, and he's like,
All right, no worries, I think we got this. We're gonna just go straight ahead here, pass over this, that old tree, and then just full forward. I think that's the best way to go. Then we'll get you straight to thither, no worries.
A brief moment of anticipation as the wall of fog starts approaching rapidly. And then suddenly, you're enveloped. And that kind of dewy mist just crawls along each and every one of your skin as you cannot see anything.
Ah, shit, we're in London.
Just fully enveloped in this as the kind of... It's dark, but not just kind of this wall of white around you, white and gray, just shifting. You kind of see shapes in the distance moving around. You swear you see other balloons in here, or other just kind of like strange vehicles and things like that. You look below and you think a tree passes you, and then like a big stone pillar. I need somebody to roll me a D100.
Got you, fam.
Is it also, just for flavor's sake, is it a cold mist or is it like a comfortable mist?
It's not cold. It's just kind of this strange, like, you can like almost like feel the sun is there, and And so it's like that morning dew where it's kind of like a little bit like semi-warm, but like you got that like feeling of dew on you. It's like it's waking up from camping kind of vibe. Where you just
I got it. It's got the air saturated, but it's not cold. It's just things are in transition.
Okay.
Got it.
I need everybody to give me perception checks.
You got it. Let's perceive the shit out of this.
It's not bad.
Oh god, I'm on a fire tonight. Let's do it.
Can the pseudo dragon roll?
No.
If you look through the pseudo dragon's eyes, I think you would use its perception, wouldn't you?
Is it? Where is it? Does it go back to my skull at the end of the night, or is it still with Roslyn?
Everybody but the two.
Probably kind of bounces back and forth.
Yeah, everybody but the two Herringon twins hear this as you're passing through the mist. There's a brief moment where you, Rosin, Kiwi, Nutmeg, and Zug hear a calliope, like the sound of a something that's at the beginning you think it reminds you very distinctly of the Witchlight, right? Like the sounds and stuff of the Witchlight Carnival. And your ears are kind of perked up to it. And then as you start to listen, you realize that it's that every note is like a discordant. Everything sounds off. Everything sounds Everything sounds unnerving, and it just makes your skin crawl like there's something absolutely wrong. And Zug and Rosin, you quickly like look around and look down, and then there for a brief second you look down towards where you believe the ground or earth would be, and you see in this mist below you, in a darker patch, what looks like strings of lights, red, purple, and dark, kind of like dark blues, and that sound of that discordant carnival melody is echoing up from it. And then suddenly, whoosh, the mist passes and opens up, and before you, you see a vast, overgrown forest.
I believe that we have made it.
Definitely not in his eye anymore.
Well, I still see downfall. I don't know if
You
it's just-
responded to me.
Well, there is. You will see. Like, yeah. Let me move you.
Notably, just stares forward.
Let me
I'll
move you
start
to a quick
this-
map.
Yeah, going back to that discordant sounds and lights. What was the festival that was, or carnival that was traded for the Witchlights?
Yeah, the one that exists.
Yeah,
in
is that
realm.
this one of? Yeah, that must be this one then. But I can't find my notes on that.
Well, no, because that
I'm-
one's in the Shadowfell.
Shadowfell.
Right, but that makes me think the mist might be transversing the Shadowfell somehow. I don't know.
Like that's like how you transition between, like you kind of touch down in the Shadowfell or something.
Yeah.
Ethereal. You're thinking of the ethereal.
Maybe, but the fact of hearing this makes me think there's some connection. I'm just trying to find the name of that. I don't know if we ever knew the name of it. It's just that they had.
No, I think.
I'm looking at my notes. It says they bought a carnival with the family money. And then they bought it from. Then they traded to Isolde for Witchlight. Huh.
I
didn't
think.
think-
Yeah, actually, I don't think you had a name of the carnival.
Yeah, just that we know that they traded for another one that's somewhere out there. They still have a competition to prove which one was better.
Isolde is the
Okay.
thing. Is the name. That
Isolde,
got.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
We got enough
So-
of this.
As the mists part, it reveals before you what looks to be almost like a primeval forest. Fragrant breeze wafts between the enormous trees, sending motes of pollen dancing into the air. Patches of sunlight kiss the forest floor. The sweet sound of birdsong echoes all around you. And that's where we're going to end the evening.
Oh, I like this place.
Okay.
Oh, I want to explore the
Mhm.
shit out here.
Yeah, it's got some floating rocks and stuff like that.
Oh, I love forests.
I know about Fey mushroom circles, and I am not entering any of those shits.
And
No, it's cool.
as we complete the night, as you have completed your dinner and your encounter with Bavlorna Blightstraw, you all level up to level 5.
Ooh,
Hooray!
yay, power level.
Let's go.
So
Nice. All right, let's
next
roll.
time we play, be level 5. So yeah,
I'll do that
good
right
stuff.
now.
You were able to navigate an interesting dinner with one of the hags, realizing that a lot of the interaction here definitely hinges around that hospitality, reciprocity, and ownership.
And that we understand that it goes for all of this,
All of Prismere.
all of Prismere, which includes the different fragments that we're
Yeah,
transversing.
the ownership part is a little bit weird, which you've already understood, where the hags believe that ownership equals anything within their domain, right? So
Yeah.
that's the whole thing, is that, anything that is within hither was all of Bavlorna's, and anything within thither, where you are now, is all belonging to Scabatha, according to her. Granted, individuals still believe that what is in their possession is still their possession, etc. But think about it in the ways of whoever you're interacting with, more or less. But yeah, good stuff. Shorter session, but
This
that was
is
fun.
Big fucking level for me, because I get extra attack and second level spells.
Yeah,
Sweet,
if we ever
for all
get
those
combat.
combats,
Yeah. Although we did finally get to one, so maybe we will get more.
Yeah, I mean, and I imagine that eventually we are going to get into a fight with a hag.
Eventually,
Maybe.
possibly.
I'm sure there's a way we can work around.
If you ever let them know of what your actual goals are, there might be a little bit more conflict there. But also enjoy some of the fun little aspects of previews to come, like this little
Ooh.
joyous homies in the corner there.
Oh hell yeah! I love
Those are
Mushroom
thick.
Squad.
Yep, and then let's see what's in the other corner. These guys
got
are a little
Mushroom
bit
Coven.
less joyous.
They got the bad trip.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Back on.
And there's some. Look at this. There's someone trying to get to Warcraft Dragonflight over here. Got lost on the way.
I think
Indeed.
I've got another tree house to track down.
Literally.
Ooh. Yes. What? There's a derpy fucking face on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
With a
very
little beard.
it reminds me of reminds me of these boys.
Oh yeah.
It's the opposite though, wood face
Yeah.
instead of leaf
Yes.
face.
All right. Well, you're going to start your adventures in thither the next time that we join in on the Witchlight stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Hell
That
yeah.
was fun.
All right, gonna close out the stream and then I'll be back in the chat.
I don't see.
All right, that's it. No more Witchlight for a little bit, I think. We'll see when the next one's gonna be, but thank you for watching. Back with another session sometime soon. Peace.